Woman fares worse when thrown into this warfare of competition. The delicacy of her sex and her nature prevents her from exercising those coarse arts which men do in the vulgar and promiscuous jostle of life, and she is reduced to the necessity of getting less than half her price for her work. To the eternal disgrace of human nature, the men who employ her value themselves on the Adam Smith principle for their virtuous and sensible conduct. Labor is worth what it will bring. They have given the poor woman more than anyone else would, or she would not have taken the work. Yet she and her children are starving, and the employer is growing rich by giving her half what her work is worth. Thus does free competition, the creature of free society, throw the whole burden of the social fabric on the poor, the weak, and ignorant. They produce everything, and enjoy nothing. They are the muzzled ox that treadeth out the straw. In free society, none but the selfish virtues are in repute, because none other help a man in the race of competition. In such society, virtue loses all her loveliness, because of her selfish aims. Good men and bad men have the same in view: self-promotion, self-elevation.
George Fitzhugh.
It was 4 p.m., time for my penis to be flattened. Then I remembered that this month is Women's Herstory Month. As a male-identifying figure, it's time for me to step aside and remember the contributions to herstory. What is your U.S. Women's Herstory moment? Turn in 5 box tops in your herstory moment to my P.O. Box for a chance to win a signed copy of Bill Cosby's best-selling book. So, now then, without further ado, let's take a look at what women have done for our great society.
The Woman's War by Jenna Glass. In a high fantasy feminist epic, a revolutionary spell gives women the ability to control their own fertility, with consequences that rock their patriarchal society to its core. The Feminist Agenda of Gemina Acade by Kate Hattemer, a novel about friendship, feminism, and knotty complications of tradition and privilege, is perfect for fans of Becky Albertalli and Stephanie Perkins. Jemima Kincaid is a feminist, and she thinks you should be one too. Her private school is laden with problematic traditions, but worst of all is prom. The guys have all the agency, the girls have to wait around for proposals. She's speaking heteronormatively because only the hetero kids even go. In Gemina's very opinionated opinion, it's positively medieval. Then Gemina is named senior triumvirate of the Roman Empire with superstar athlete Andy and popular Jennifer. The three must organize the prom, inspired by her feminist ideals and her desire to make a mark on the school. Jemima proposes a new structure. They'll do the last dance chants. Every student submits a crush to a website in pairs. Meanwhile, Jagamaga finds herself embroiled in a secret romance that she craves and hates. Her best friend, Jigogun, has found romance of her own, but Jemina starts to suspect something else has caused the sudden rift between them. Is the new prom system really enough to extinguish the school's raging dumpster fire of toxic masculinity? Filled with Kate Hattemer's signature banner, this is a fast-paced and thoughtful tale about the nostalgia of senior year, the muddle of modern relationships, and how to fight the patriarchy when you might just be a part of the patriarchy yourself.
A Loving Billionaire, 50 Loving States, Texas, by Theodora Taylor. Another smoking hot interracial romance from the 50 Loving States series. Russian oligarch and Alexei Rostanov wants nothing more than to leave his past behind, including sexy and sassy Texas beauty Eva St. James, who so callously broke his heart back when he was a poor grad student. But when he runs up to her at a wedding 8 years after their tumultuous breakup, passions ignite, and Alexei decides he will settle for nothing less than red-hot, dirty, erotic revenge. Can he have his Eva and get his revenge too? Warning, this book contains blazing hot sex, explosive secrets, one intense alpha male, and a love story with some serious twists and turns. Bullies: How the Left's Culture of Fear and Intimidation Silences Americans, by Ben Shapiro. From the editor-in-chief of the Daily Wire comes a galvanizing and alarming look at the strategy and tactics of leftist thuggery. While President Obama and the left like to pretend that they oppose bullying with all their hearts and souls, the truth is far darker. The left is the greatest purveyor of bullying in modern American history. Bullying has morphed into the left's go-to tactic as they attempt to quash their opponents through fear, threat of force, violence, and rhetorical intimidation on every major issue facing America today. Ben Shapiro uncovers the simple strategy used by liberals and their friends in the media: bully the living hell out of conservatives, play the race card, the class card, the sexism card.
These are just a sample of the types of great works that women have created and written in book format since we freed them in the 13th Amendment. Let's give everybody a round of applause for women's history.
There's only two genders, X and XY. It's biology.